Welcome back, bookworms. Today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favourite books called Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls Volume 1. So, the two authors of these books are Elena Favilli, who is an award-winning journalist and a media entrepreneur. And the other author is Francesca Cavallo, and she's an award-winning writer and director. This is Francesca Cavallo's 7th children's book. They both grew up in Italy. So, Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girl reinvents fairy tales, inspiring children with the story of 100 heroic women, from Elizabeth I to Serena Williams. And this book is illustrated by 60 female artists from every corner of the globe. And this is the most funded original book in the history of crowdfunding. Now, I'm going to tell you all about the book itself. Starting off with people who should read this. I would recommend this book to people who I'm not sure how to describe it, but people who really like to read, number one, to read a lot about women, and number two, to read about people who've risked their life, who've used every chance they got to be something great and be in this book. Also, I would like to say that this book says for rebel girls, but I think boys should read this as well. I would recommend it for boys as well, because I think that if you all know, many boys might think that, for example, boys are better than girls. Like you get that sort of thing in school. Boys are better than girls. It's sports thingy. But if boys read this book, they'll probably get a different view of women, because there's about 100 women in here who have done something to make them as famous to read into this book. Also, whenever I'm in my room and I want to read a book, I always start off with this book, because once I start, it's sort of like a kickstart for me. Like when you start reading that book, I've read it up until the end. Actually, I've read all of the books. They're very short stories. There are quotes in here as well. There's actually, what I mostly like about this book is that there's a picture of the person on this side of the page, and there's only one page story. Like it's like a summary sort of. There might be other details, but it's very summarized. And there's their name at the top with what they are, and at the very bottom of the page, there's their date of birth, their death, and if they passed away. And also, the thing is that some of these people don't have quotes. And that might be because they passed away, or somebody in this book was a Egyptian queen called Nefertiti. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Nefertiti, please tell me if I'm wrong. And what she was an Egyptian queen. And when the day she died, well, actually people presume she died, but if she did, she became a proper burial, and she wasn't, which means she didn't die. And people don't know where she is now. And actually, when they were archaeologists, they were digging in the tomb of King Tutankhamun. They're digging in his tomb, and behind his tomb, they found a room. And archaeologists, and they're very fragile walls, so nobody at all knows where Nefertiti is. So until they can get inside without damaging the walls, no one knows where she is. So that's another reason I like the book. It's very mysterious as well. So now I'm going to mention a few points about one of the stories here which I really like a lot, and it's about the student called Coy Mathis. There's a picture right there. And I'm going to read you the story, which is over here. It's very short. So basically it says like this: Coy Mathis, elementary school student. Once upon a time, a boy named Coy was born. Coy loved dresses, the color pink, and shiny shoes. Coy wanted his parents to address him as she, and he didn't like wearing boys' clothes. His parents let him wear whatever he liked. One night, Coy asked his mom, "When I'm going to the doctor, do you have me fixed into a girl?" The doctor explained, "Usually boys feel okay with being boys, and girls are fine with being girls. But there are some boys who feel female, and girls who feel male. They are called transgender, and Coy is a transgender girl. She was born in his body, but deep inside she feels that she is a girl and should be allowed to be one." From then on, Coy's mom and dad asked everyone to treat Coy as a girl. but when school started, they had an unexpected problem. Corey has to use either the boys' bathroom or the bathroom for the disabled children, the teacher said. But I'm not a boy, Corey wailed. I'm not disabled, I'm a girl. The judge thought about it and decided Corey should be allowed to use whichever bathroom she wants. Corey and the parents threw a big party to celebrate. They ate pink cake and Corey wore a sparkly pink dress and beautiful pink shoes. So this is about a boy who wants to be a girl, and there's his or her picture right there, and it was designed, it was illustration by Marta Lorenzen, and it's over here. So that was a review of Rebel Girls book number 1. And when you get this book, you will find many stories inside it. There's over 100 people in here. And actually also you will feel very boosted, as in you will feel your self-confidence rise high. Like you will think that no matter what the circumstances are, I can do as I've been told to. And also in here is that the story I read you, Corey Mathis, is another reason why I said boys should read this book as well. Because there was a boy who wants to be a girl, which is transgender. And that was my book review for number 1. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel.